So this last video for the intro is meant to give you an overview of how the class will run each week. You'll see here I'm using week 2 from my class from December or January, so when we did the winter session. So obviously I'll have different videos here because it'll be based on updated with content for you. So when you land on any of the weeks, on the left, you will have a checklist of things to do. And I will have a printed version as well, which actually will probably have more detail because on the printed version, I will actually put in the videos, like watch this video would be the first thing that you'll see. And then the second activity will be, readings and look at the welcome video, and we'll go down the list like that. So typically you'll have your checklist on the left. I start each week with a video that explains then what you're doing throughout the course this week. So this is really an introduction that will walk you through everything below. And this is actually the last video I film each week. So essentially, after filming all of the videos and setting up the activities throughout, once I'm kind of done that and know what the content was that you'll be experiencing, I then go back and create that introductory video. That way it helps you to know, okay, this is what I'm doing here. In the previous video, I talked about, that this is a course. It's a 3-credit course, and instead of being offered over the course of 15 weeks, it's being offered in the course of 5. And so if you think about the hours, you're looking at around 40 some hours of semester class content condensed into 5 weeks. My first 5-week experience occurred this last December, and I can tell you as a professor, it was a little bit overwhelming my first time. So if this is your first 5-week course, it's different taking it at this time of year as opposed to July. And I've taught July courses, and it's different when you're still in school. That being said, I don't want you to panic because I will help you be successful with this. I helped the last cohort, and they all did very well. So I have no doubt that you will be successful as well. I just want you to anticipate, if you're looking around 41 or so hours for a semester, then in 5 weeks, you're looking at about 8 hours a week, give or take. I did the calculations, and I'll explain them in a second. You'll notice that what I've done, though, is with all of the activities, I've listed about how much time that should take. So if you're somebody who needs, I need to play this more than once, that's something you want to keep in mind. I actually, in the planning for each week, I usually leave about 1 to 2 hours of wiggle room of unplanned time to allow you for, if you're somebody who technology is a little bit of a challenge for you, or if you're somebody who likes to stop, pause, write, you can do that. You can replay the videos. If you play the video, you'll see that there's an option for closed caption. So you can turn that on if you want to read along. And if that helps you, that's distracting to me, but it may be helpful to you. Here's an example of week 1, okay? And you're going to be able to print this. So if you're watching this video, you're on bullet 4. Okay, so you've already done these first 3 bullets. And the next thing that you're going to do is, at the end of this video, is you're going to send me an email. And either list your questions that you have after watching the first 4 videos, or send me an email saying, thanks for the information, it's helpful, you explained it, and look forward to the next few weeks. And then you'll see here that I have that class orientation for Tuesday and Wednesday of week 1 with the link to join the meeting. And just so you know, when you get to that, it looks like this. And so I'm already in the meeting just as a preview so that you could see that when you log in, you will be across the bottom here. So we'll all be able to see and talk to each other and interact, which will be helpful. So that's the first part. And then the second part, you'll see here's where I've added in the checklist, which isn't on D2L, like watch week 1, watch part 1, complete the assessment board posting. That's like a link, and it's like a turn and talk. Complete a scavenger hunt, and there's a document for you to download. And so you'll see I've given you 30 minutes to do that. It may take you 5, it may take you 30. If you get to 30 minutes and you're like, I'm not done, I want you to stop and submit what you have. And this is one of those activities that's going to help you with a later assignment. So, but I don't want you to get hung up on the time. So I think I wasn't as clear with the last cohort, and I think some of them spent more time than they needed. You'll see again, all my videos are no more than 15 minutes. I list 15 minutes, they may be less. But I kind of put that on there as a standard for, giving you time to watch that. And then there's an explanation for an activity, which I don't think is 10 minutes, but I allotted that in case you want to watch it. Then there's an activity that you're going to do independently, and I've given you 50 minutes for that. If you go beyond 50 minutes, stop and just submit what you have, okay? And so any of those activities you'll submit into the activity folder in the Dropbox or assignment section. Anyway, you can go down and see there's an exit ticket. It's very simple, but I allotted time for that as well. And so I told you that I looked at the amount of time that these activities would require, and you'll see that it's 6 hours and 35 minutes for week 1. And so I said to you that it's about 8 hours, 25 minutes a week if we were meeting the full requirements of a semester's hours. Okay, so what I've done is allowed for unassigned time for about almost an hour and 50 minutes of unassigned time that you then can use to either spend more time on a certain activity, if you want to replay a certain, you'll see here, if you want to replay a video, if you want more reflection time, if you want to email or call one of your classmates to talk about things, I've tried to structure that. So if over the course of a 7-day week, you're going to want to think about how many hours do you want to give each day? Do you just want to chunk it into one day? It's really up to you. The discussion, the only tricky part is that I ask that you post an initial discussion by Saturday of each week, with then Sunday and Monday giving you time to go back and read somebody else's post and to comment on that. And I have that on D2L for you to follow along. So it looks like a lot of check boxes, but it's because I have put every little step in here that you would be doing, from watching all the way down to exit ticket. This learning check here is just like a fun little quiz that you'll want to watch after this part here. And it's just to see, did you pick up on the assessment terms? And so you'll see you just follow the activities from top to bottom. And I have all the links for everything that you need here. So you don't really have to go anywhere else to get that. Other than when I ask you to go to perhaps a website and, kind of do a little self-study. You'll see I have the link to the discussions. And then here's an exit ticket. If you click on the exit ticket, it'll take you right to it. So once you're done the exit ticket, you'll be good to go for the next week. And you'll just go up to course home, and you'll see that each week I will add the link for the content. Just trying to keep things paced for you. So at this time, I'm going to stop and ask you to send me an email so that I can gauge where you are with the course.